In this lesson, we are going to continue working with the verb tener in Spanish, which means to have, tener. In our previous lesson, you learned how to say I have, tengo. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to say you have using tú, the informal you. So you have, tú tienes, tú tienes. You have, tú tienes, tú tienes. Remember, tener is an irregular verb, so you basically have to memorize the spellings of each form. Notice the IE, tienes, tú tienes. You have, tú tienes. Because the form of the verb tienes only goes with the subject tú, the tú is unnecessary. So we'll simply say tienes in Spanish to mean you have, tienes. Okay, so let's review and apply what you've learned. You have, tienes, tienes. A car, un carro, a dog, un perro, a debit card, una tarjeta de débito, a credit card, una tarjeta de crédito, a lot of money, mucho dinero, a lot of problems, muchos problemas. So if you want to say, you have a car, tienes un carro. You have a dog, tienes un perro. You have a debit card, tienes una tarjeta de débito. You have a credit card, tienes una tarjeta de crédito. You have a lot of money, tienes mucho dinero. You have a lot of problems, tienes muchos problemas. Now remember, if you want to ask a question, the verb form comes first and the subject pronoun, so the question would be, ¿tienes tú? However, remember, we don't say tú because of the ending of tienes or the form tienes. It's instantly understood that the subject is tú, so we'll just simply say tienes. So for the question, one thing to keep in mind is that when we're asking questions in Spanish, yes or no questions, the intonation rises a little bit towards the end. So if I want to ask you, do you have a car? I would say, ¿tienes un carro? ¿Tienes un carro? Notice there's a little bit more intensity with the verb carro when I ask the question. ¿Tienes un carro? ¿Tienes un carro? Or rising intonation. Do you have a dog? ¿Tienes un perro? ¿Tienes un perro? Do you have a debit card? ¿Tienes una tarjeta de débito? ¿Tienes una tarjeta de débito? Do you have a credit card? ¿Tienes una tarjeta de crédito? ¿Tienes una tarjeta de crédito? Do you have a lot of money? ¿Tienes mucho dinero? ¿Tienes mucho dinero? Do you have a lot of problems? ¿Tienes muchos problemas? ¿Tienes muchos problemas? Let's add to your vocabulary a little bit. A smartphone in Spanish is un teléfono inteligente. Un teléfono inteligente. You might hear people say un smartphone, and many people do. The more official Spanish word is teléfono inteligente. A smartwatch, un reloj inteligente. You also might hear un smartwatch. However, un reloj inteligente is the official word. Earbuds, auriculares. This is a masculine word, so it's los auriculares. However, we don't say the los if we're saying, do you have earbuds? Tienes auriculares. Now, auriculares are simply headphones. If they're earbuds, you have to add de botón, which literally means of button. So, in other words, button headphones is literally how it's said in Spanish. However, most speakers don't use the de botón. They'll simply say auriculares to mean earbuds. Okay, a bicycle, una bicicleta, a lot of clothes, mucha ropa, time, tiempo. This is masculine, but of course we don't use the el when we ask the question. So here's some new questions. Do you have a smartphone? ¿Tienes un teléfono inteligente? ¿Tienes un teléfono inteligente? Do you have a smartwatch? ¿Tienes un reloj inteligente? ¿Tienes un reloj inteligente? Do you have earbuds? ¿Tienes auriculares? ¿Tienes auriculares? Do you have a bicycle? ¿Tienes una bicicleta? ¿Tienes una bicicleta? Do you have a lot of clothes? ¿Tienes mucha ropa? ¿Tienes mucha ropa? Do you have time? ¿Tienes tiempo? ¿Tienes tiempo? Okay, so that's it for this lesson. To continue learning, click on the video that appears here on your screen to go to the next lesson. See you soon. Hasta pronto.